Where's Alice? What the fuck? Oh,
What did
what happened?
the
What
cars?
the hell?
Okay,
Huh?
well, don't worry. I think the stream should be up. Let me just.
Yellow, yellow.
Yes, it
Yeah, you're
is.
streaming. If you press the PS button long enough, you can see you're streaming in the party. The icon of whatever is in like this. Oh yes, we're live. I'm gonna put the
Okay,
comments up.
so let's share the stream.
Yeah, put the comments up. I'm gonna put the comments up on. Eh? Wait a second, Mike. Can they hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, because Udok is a fucking friend of me from school and he's laughing with me, so fucking. You're never gonna be in ERL, so shut the fuck up. You're too slow for that. Yeah. Can I only put comments up?
He's smoking bandit joint.
Is he? No, he's not. Can I kick him? 6 people. Ooh. Where is Alice? Is he not coming? Should I mute now? What car is GTX? GTX
He's a reserve,
He's
so you
reserve.
can pick whatever from the Taurus McLaren.
Here's a reserve. Oh, liquor blocks. Is it legal? Oh, it's just legal.
Hello, Rickle. Thank you. Alright, so let's go.
To
Singapore.
we go.
Round 15, I believe. Yes, it is 15.
Jesus, already. It's going fast. Like Mike. No, the tire on this trick. No tire temperatures. Oh god.
The constructors' leaders are literally the two drivers in Mercedes are P4 and P15, and they are leading.
Oh.
I think Gamer didn't start the season in Sauber, so the points didn't go to them. And also Force India drivers are P2 and P3, and they are second.
Hello, Calic.
Hello, Calic.
Oh, it's smoking. It's too late.
Alright, so without surprise, we got dry qualifying. Got 18
What
people.
race?
Pretty sure that's as many as in F3, so it should be a lot of fun.
It's a full wet race. Little Dodgy. Who the first out? It's Warlock.
So I'm not sure exactly what times we're expecting.
35?
I guess so, around that, 35s, and obviously it shouldn't be a problem to qualify on the softest tire compound here.
Oh yeah, you can do the one stop on the floor. What have you read?
Do you mean?
That's what object
Safety car is on the ground on my screen, that's...
Oh, I can see it! What the what the hell?
That's okay.
Cody's. There you go.
That's a new one. Well, we've got the first few cars out on track. Obviously, the nature of this track is really challenging. The walls are very close on all the corners pretty much, and there's a lot of corners, 23 to be exact. It's a track with the most turns on the calendar, but it's not the biggest track, so that just tells you it doesn't really have that long straights. It's full of corners, especially in sector 3. We've got around 12 corners along there, I'm pretty sure, so it's going to be an exciting one, and qualifying is obviously going to be really important as always. So as Tom said, Warlock is the one to start his lap first by quite a margin. He's gone out really early on the soft tyres. Number 51, the Haas driver, as a Hope Smoking Bandit joins us for the race, as he can do that. He may have to start with a default setup, but most cars out on track now. So first sector from Warlock, it's going to be a 27.594 on the soft compound tyres. We've got people on all three compounds at the moment, which is the softs, ultra softs and hyper softs. So obviously, as always, we're going to keep an eye out on drivers like Gamer, Nigel, Rinky, Ulko and Robin. Even though he's not far up the standings, he has got the most poles this season, so he's very impressive in qualifying, but he cannot make it count in the race most of the time. So let's see if this is going to be a different race scenario for him. But either way, Warlock is now approaching sector 3 through one of the few chicanes on this track, and now approaching another one under the tunnel with the spectators over him. Hello to everyone watching. We've got a lot of comments. Yeah, put the stream up so I can watch.
Yeah. Smoking just the points to Toro Rosso. I took Toro Rosso. What's the holiday by the way? Rest in peace. Oh, sector 2 somebody.
Heavy wet race apparently, according to RJW. Rusty, what is your PSN? I'm not exactly sure.
Smoking one.
You smoking? Yes, they will go to Toro, so if you compete and get points, your points will go to your team. So let's try and race.
Jesus Christ.
So
it's already faster than my TT.
do we have any? Oh, we do have lap times. 34.9 from Ulco. 8/10 quicker than Robin, who is on the ultra soft tires. Got Gamer, Wesley, Stan, Nigel, Chill Drive, RJW, and Donkey Dan have set lap times. Warlock somehow hasn't set a lap time, although he was first out on track.
properly validated.
Yep. There's also Marriage in P3 on the Hypersoft tires, 8 tenths, almost 9 tenths slower than the Mercedes of Ulco. I feel like it's going to be another battle between Ulco and Robin. Gamer is not necessarily the quickest in qualifying, so I don't think we're going to see him challenging today.
I feel like Ulco is going to struggle, because he always struggles with tires.
Yeah, I think so too. I think whoever starts on Hypersofts will have some trouble today.
Oh, somebody. Tire temperatures on this track, like,
Ooh, Ulco. Can't even do 2 flying laps on this track with the Hypersoft, so can you imagine the race going to be really hard for Ulco and whoever opts for the Hypersoft tires. Perhaps that's why Marius did a relatively slow lap. Ooh, RJW. Where has he crashed?
In the bridge.
He's in the bridge, okay.
Right before.
Oh yeah, I see. He is on the last sector. Rinky just went past and he hasn't got a representative lap time yet. It's over the 140, so he's not going to start inside the top 10. Most probably he's going to start last, but already he has a free choice of tires, which will allow him to do whatever strategy he wants to do.
Actually, the racing line is a lie.
Yeah, open. So the race is indeed full wet. Got informed by 2 drivers now, so well, they're probably saying that because I'm saying they're gonna struggle with the Hypersoft, so I'm obviously retarded. I didn't I didn't realize, so my bad. So I think I'm gonna see everyone on the Hypersofts. That's gonna be even more exciting for pole position then. Everyone on the same compound, the fastest one, and I think it's going to be even more interesting in the race with the full wet conditions around here. It's going to be absolute torture for the F2 drivers, and
I'm glad I moved up to F1.
I would imagine, but it's not out of the question we're going to see the same conditions in F1 tomorrow.
No, I'm not starting that. I'm gonna retire at the beginning of the race. No, it would be better wet because the tire temperatures are just like ridiculous in Singapore.
Well, we'll see what these drivers do. 1 stop, 0 stop, maybe more. It's obviously essential not to lose your front wing at the start, as that will probably convert you to a 2 stop. Yeah, RJW may not start last because Smoking Bandit is probably going to be in P19, so but still RJW is going to be very far down the order at the moment. Only okay, so and then he's starting a lap. Yeah. 36-1. Virtu seems like he's on a flying lap. He goes P5, 2 seconds slower than the current pole time of Ulco. 2 Mercedes separated by quite a lot of margin. JTX puts a lap to go P14, I believe. Yes, so CNN is now on a lap. Ooh, we lose the back end out of turn 5. We almost crashed into the wall there. It's going to be really tough here. Just over 8 minutes left.
Fletcher is finishing a lap. It's looking like a really good one on the softs.
Fletcher across the line is P7 on the softs. 2.5 seconds slower on 3 compounds harder, so it is a relatively good lap. Obviously the fastest soft runner by 3 seconds at the moment. Let's see what NN is doing.
He's getting help on his lap.
So we may even see Fletcher as a pole contender. Let's see, and then through the last sector, can he challenge for pole? This lap is looking not that fast at the moment, but going around the final 2 corners, is this going to put him inside the top 10? Yes it is. It's going to be P6, so just slower than Virtu and just quicker than Gamer. Warlock, oh, he's getting held up by the Ferrari. That is Jokey. Well, I call him Jokey, I don't know.
It's probably Dutch. Oh, Warlock goes back to the pits.
Yeah, both back in the pits. So 7 minutes to go.
By Warlock. As usual.
It's kind of awkward timing. This 7 minutes left. Could go for 2 runs. Could go for 1 run.
Somebody think. No, we started one. Oh, somebody finished, right?
Fletcher goes P6. Robin goes pole by half a second. 34.3. That's a very good lap time by the Ferrari driver, as we said. The record on pole so far this season, and he beats Ulko. He improves by 1.3 seconds on his previous lap, so great lap by Robin. Puts himself on pole, but there's still 6 minutes to go on this session. There's 1 more run for Ulko and for everyone else to beat that lap, and there's obviously big margins between the top 3, so we're going to see a lot of names in between that, and the times tumbling on that top 10. Oh, Ulko has retired. Ulko has retired. Wow. Where has that happened? Yeah, I think he was on a lap, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of places where you could crash here, but one of the hot spots, that is the one. It is in the hairpin in sector 2. Robin has just gone past that and just clipped the inside wall, I would assume, and he's in the middle of the apex. I'm sure his car will get out of there in time. Let's see, as we ride on board with Gamer, is his car still there? No, it's not, so that's all good. But that is him out of the pole contention. He's got a decent lap in, so he doesn't have to worry about dropping out of the top 10 for sure, and probably going to be inside the top 5 still, but unlucky for Ulko. Let's see what Gamer has got to say. He's currently on a lap, but he's clipped the inside wall in sector 3 in one of the chicanes. He's currently 1.8 seconds slower than the current pole time, but he does have 1 more run to do. He goes back in the pits with just enough time to fit another set of hypersofts.
Mike, you got some questions? How much time do you, Michael, how much time do you spend on playing F1 2018
Today?
Yeah.
No time. But
For me, this game is dead. For somebody sector 2.
it says a day, not today.
But they, oh shit.
Definitely
My
changes.
English is not that. My English is not that good. When did you start playing F1?
Long ago.
2001?
Jokey goes P5 with a 36.1. He's 1.8 seconds slower. I'm not sure.
They're always gamers. Which gamer?
I'm not sure if he's on another lap. I'm pretty sure he is, but he's getting held up by Chill Drive slightly. And Stan now. It's obviously tricky, a lot of corners, not that many places to let someone through, and there's a lot of people as well in the lobby, but Fletcher is still in the pits with just over 2 minutes to go. There's quite a lot of people in the pits, to be fair, leaving it quite late. Obviously only gonna have time for one lap here in the end of the session.
Oh, safety car is doing it as well for me. Did you see the question from him? In the chat, the group chat, they show if are the cars unrealistic.
I don't think so.
Can I see this?
So let's see what Marie is doing. He's on a lap, he's been quite aggressive. Warlock has DNF from the session as well, so he is going to start behind RJW. So it's going to be P17 for RJW. Joki retires as well from P5. He hasn't put a good lap in. He's 2 seconds off his teammate, and I would imagine that could be. And Nigel has retired as well. Obviously can't see where they have done it.
That's the stupid thing about this game. Well, in 2017 you can see what they've still gone.
Vetsu goes P4 with a 35.9. And he's behind his teammate still by 1 second, and doesn't have another lap in. He's going to abandon that, so it's quite big margins, to be fair, as Robin is on another flying lap. This could be the pole lap today, but let's ride on board with him through sector 1. He's currently going into sector 2 with some yellow flags there. It's a 26.3, very quick first sector from the Ferrari driver. Into this section you need to hit both apexes there, get very close to the wall, as Marige actually goes 6/10 slower than Robin, so it's a very big improvement on lap time, but unfortunately no improvement in position, but it could be an improvement in position later. Robin, big lock up into the hairpin, and I'm pretty sure that's a lot of time lost, and I don't think he's going to be improving as he enters sector 3 now. Let's see what the Ferrari driver can do through the first chicane. Smooth on the power and very close to the wall. I'm not sure if he actually hit that on game or not. As he goes through the third chicane on this sector. Again, very close to the walls. And through the final 2 corners, this could be an improvement. It's going to be a 34.1. Despite the huge lockup in the hairpin, I feel like that's not anywhere near Robin's personal best, to be honest, from what it looked like. But it is an improvement and provisional pole by 8/10. Fletcher goes P4 on ultra softs. Fletcher on ultra softs. So it could have been much better for him. Marish, for some reason, goes across the line. But yep, JTX is going to come back in the pits, and it's P15 for him. Yeah, there's quite a lot of flooding in the chat.
It's not gamer. Chill drive. You just spun out.
Yeah, that was a very weird qualifying session. Big margins and a lot of mistakes, some DNFs as well, but here is your final qualifying grid result. So it's Robin on pole, Olko in second. There's so many Dutch people and Finnish people on that top 14 from what I see. Jesus.
It's turning in a Dutch league.
There's literally 4 people 4 people that are not either Dutch or Finnish. That is incredible.
They're taking over.
This is literally like a Dutch league right now. If I saw this the first time, I'd think this is Dutch and Finnish league or something. But anyway, that was your final great result. I didn't even look at how exactly they shape up, but I didn't see Gamer anywhere up the top, so this could be a race where the Force Indians could take some points off them. And there is the full wet, heavy rain.
This is gonna be fun.
Let's see.
Shouldn't been here.
Where is Gamer and where are the two Force Indians? Ulko is obviously P2 somehow after DNFing midway through.
Gamer is still saying it's unrealistic. They're saying it's unrealistic, Mike.
Is it?
I don't know, they're saying... Can you see this? And assists in the beginning. Well, let me have a look back on stream.
Okay. It could be, I'm not sure. Okay, so before...
Mike, it is.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, what happened at the front?
So basically everyone was readying up and we were waiting for a guy, and I changed just changed something on the settings, and I changed the cars, and when I changed the cars it went from modern to classic, and when I went back to modern it went to realistic instead of equal.
Fuck me. This is why some guys are really off the field.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
That's probably why. Where's Gamer?
This is the first time it's happened on this league.
Gamer really well.
It's quite late to restart qualifying as well, but it's certainly not very...
One shot.
Oh, this race is not... can't count like this, but... Okay. We are going to have to restart.
Why should we do grid editor, Fletcher?
Okay, so we are definitely going to restart. This race is not gonna keep going like this. Oh, that's kind of embarrassing.
Restart! It's the first time I'm commentating as well. It's happened. It's even better. Yeah, thank God. Restart. Well, I'm gonna call Alice. Maybe you will join now. Yeah, Ricky, one shot.
Okay. Give us a second, chat. I'm going to invite people and get this race started with one-shot qualifying, or one-shot qualifying. It's probably going to be one shot. Yeah, I think it's going to be one shot.
Short qualifying. Mad. Just the weather. Why can you invite me?
Just 1 second.
No. Take your time, man. I have all night, so. One shot qualifying. But like that should be if like Robin now goes there and puts and he bins it in one shot, it's rip his race actually. But what about Wither? What about Wither? I'm
The bad
already
thing
dead then.
is half the people want short qualifying and half want
Yeah.
one shot. The weather is obviously going to be the same.
Actually, it doesn't matter what they do now. The tire's gonna be wet anyway.
And the race going to be heavy rain. Oh,
Who's in for? Yes. And our chill is not. Good. Hey, we got a Spanish driver now. Woo!
what?
Oh, she's spectated, yes. One shot is unfair. Why, chill?
I'm fairly sure it should be one
Probably will
shot.
be.
Um,
But like if you have a really bad.
People don't have time for short qualifying. Most sensible option is to go for a one shot qualifying.
How the hell is it almost midnight? Where the hell do you live?
What?
Jesus Christ, for me it's only about. Yeah, almost 10 o'clock. 7:11. Your mic.
1 second.
No. So like I said, take your time and doesn't bother me how long we're waiting. One shot.
Well, this is going to be interesting. This is certainly a different race.
What the hell did he just say?
We are sure we're not waiting for anyone, right? I'm pretty sure
He's on a
everyone's...
wheel.
Okay, so we're good to go then.
It's Warlock here.
It is custom weather. Everything is fine. We can go. My apologies again. But I didn't expect that's how the game works. Default option should be equal, but it is my bad. Let's hope everything is fine on this attempt, as we have one more driver, this time 19 people around for one shot qualifying, and the full wet race as now it is expected to be. So now hopefully lap times are going to be much closer.
And now, like, Warlock is on pole. Robin last. Oh, fuck me. Robin would be pissed as hell.
Well, so Rinky has already readied up.
Jesus Christ, did he have a pick? Did he pick his head?
That could be wrong button, but I hope.
Another restart. Woo! Oh,
well,
shit.
Let's see. People are reading up. We should be good to go. We're just gonna see the list and see who is in front. High pressure on the drivers.
Oh Jesus Christ!
But we should see around the same order. So we are underway then. Coming into turn 1 for all 19 drivers. Obviously the invalidated lap times go to last. So if you see someone, oh, that could be Robin. It is Robin. Robin is out. Robin is last. That's the most commentator curse I've ever seen. Tom literally said Robin starts last. If Warlock gets pole,
he's P3 at this moment.
Warlock is P3 at the moment. It's Ulco leading. It's very close though. It is very close between everyone. It's Gamer, Marij, Ulco, and Warlock is very close as well, but he's a couple tens behind. I feel like it's Marij now in P1, coming through the second sector. Now he's down to P3 as he misses that apex. Ulco and Gamer are now squabbling for that P1. I'm pretty sure that is Fletcher and Rinky invalidated as well. So it's Gamer now staying in P1, Ulco in P2, Marij is still in P3, then it's Stan, Warlock, and they're all changing positions there. But it's starting to get more stable as Marij gets P2 and now he's down to P5. As we've got a lot of stability down the back, so I think that's a lot of people invalidated. But let's see. Oh no, Marij has got wing damage and he's very wide through that corner. It is Gamer on pole. Ulco in second if I saw correctly. Warlock is third.
Sorry Robin.
That is horrible for Robin. He started on pole with the realistic cars. And his pole time was a 34.3. And here is a 34.5, so it's a very impressive lap from Gamer for a one-shot qualifying. So it is pole for the championship leader. It's Ulco in second, Warlock in third, and then in fourth. And we've got Stan, Donkey, Tenkate, Marij, Nigel, Wesley. Very close in that midfield. From P9 down to P13, it's very close. We've got Vetu in P11, RJW. Jokey, Smoking Bandit, JTX, Rinky, Chilldrive, Fletcher, and Robin in last. 3 people I've got invalidated and therefore disqualified from the session. And they will be starting in the back.
I got pole. No, you were not on pole, Fletcher.
Who would have thought? 3 times on pole position. Now Robin is starting last. The question is, what can he do from now?
I should have been there. Ferrari would be winning constructors again. And world championship.
Let's also see what Gamer and Ulco do up the front. If we're gonna see a 2017-esque start.
Who's Max?
I can't say names here.
Who's second?
Ulco is starting second.
Watch out. Alan is gonna be the Kimi. Boom. This is really well, I'm gonna actually not say anything because Robin would retire, he's gonna retire.
So Gamer is leading them away. From Ulco to Warlock, everyone starting on the full wet tyres. Got a full wet race, 31 laps. Right now, Tom, how many retirements are we going to see?
9.
9. I'm going to say 11. I think 8 people are going to finish this race.
Oh,
we've already got Tenkate or Donkey.
Did you see the Williams in the back?
Yes, I did. think I was Donkey down. That's an interesting helmet Donkey is running. It really looks like Massa's helmet.
It's in Formula E, you're in the wrong place. If there would be a game from that, I would play that.
I'm 90% sure it's going to be a relatively safe one stop with these tires. That's certainly not going to be a zero stop, and it's most probably not going to be a two stop.
Oh, there's... What the hell? They are already racing or something in the back. Nigel versus... What is his name again? For fuck's sake. Wesley? They are all hitting the wall. We're gonna struggle.
Let's see then. Gamer is ending his formation lap now. This is round 15. Gamer is leading by 118 points. He could wrap up the championship next week. Not this one though, so he could make a huge step forwards today. He could also make a huge step backwards, although not putting him too far back. This championship is almost wrapped for him. And he's now starting on pole with Nigel down in P9, Rinky down in P16. That's his two closest rivals. What can he do? What can Robin do? Ferrari is now lining up in P19 as we are getting ready for round 15 here in Singapore. The rain is pouring down, but the engines are revving up to 5 red lights. And we are underway now. Good start from the top two. It looks like Ulko's got a slightly better start, and Ulko has got already up into P1. Gamer tries to hang it around the outside. They are side by side, but Ulko has the inside line. Warlock has got a good start as well, but it's pretty stable up the top. No real issues further back from what I can see. Robin is still in P19, no ground gained. As Gamer is now down in P3, Ulko in P1, Warlock's got up into P2. So Gamer has lost the position from Warlock, sorry. So Ulko will now try and pull away. We've got yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. Robin is very slow. JTX is got wing damage. And also Fletcher is fighting with Rinky and Chill Drive. Let's see, Robin is now up into P18 then. He hasn't got a lot of ground from that start. He was battling for P10 here. Everyone's just in a train, not really doing any moves. First laps in the full wet conditions. This could be very tricky for the drivers. He's got wing damage now. Right now Rinky has got damage on his front left end plane. He's got straight on, and that's probably his whole wing gone.
I should probably be quiet now because that's always the shit I
Chill Drive's looking down the inside of Jokey. Ulko has already got 1.2 seconds from Warlock. It is a very big gap so far. Really flying at the moment, Ulko. 1.4 seconds to P2. There's not really anyone trying to look for moves at this stage. Braking is really difficult on these conditions. As Nigel was a little bit wide. Nigel has also got a couple of places in the start. And as JTX speeds in the pit lane, along with Rinky. Or Wesley. Wesley and Virtu going very close for P10 here, and also Nigel really close. Virtu looks down the inside. He's not going to go for it. Wesley defends and stays in P10. As we got Robin is very far back. He was very cautious in the start and he's lost quite a lot of ground. Oh, that is Fletcher. Fletcher in the wall. Indeed, so he's lost part of his wing. And that is him also out of the question. 4 points today. Oh, Vertu goes very wide and loses a lot of positions. He hasn't got wing damage from what it seems. I think so. He's lost 3 positions. Chill drive. Ooh, almost in the wall there. Really a lot of understeer through there. Smoking Bandit right behind him. Can he make this move stick around the outside? In sector 3, they're going side by side. Chill drive and Smoking Bandit makes the move stick with superior traction around the outside. That is indeed into P13. Warlock is up into P2 as we said from the start, and he's catching Ulko. The gap's now 1.1 from 1.4 last lap, so it's a very good pace from Warlock, but also Gamer is sticking with him. It is a quickest lap from NN. Wesley has retired now. Wesley's out in the last corner, so he's clipped the outside wall in the entry, and he's out. He was doing a good race in P12, looking good for points, but he is our first retirement, surprisingly, after 3 laps. So indeed, JTX and Rinky very far back, and also Fletcher in the pits now changing his wing. We've got Marij very close to Nigel. He's going to go around the outside in turn 4. Can't quite make it stick. That's turn 5, my bad. And now the Red Bull sticks behind. Now Tenkate is really close as well. But look at that gap from Stan to NN is 3 seconds already. So the top 4 are pulling away. Gap between the top 2 is around the same, but Gamer has lost a bit of ground. Is now 7/10 and is being pushed by NN in the Singapore sling now through the hairpin. Can NN get a better exit? It doesn't seem like it. It's very tricky here. And he's gonna go look in the inside, but he's not gonna lunge it in there. Rinky is very close to JTX. Oh, NN has got 5-second time penalty for exceeding track limits in sector 3. Warlock gets very close to the wall. Look at that, it's so tough out there for these drivers. Warlock is already struggling a lot on the rears. Could this be a problem on the temperatures? I hope not, because only lap 3. Ulko sets the quickest lap of the race. He's pulling away 2 seconds now from Warlock. Oh, Gamer goes down the inside. Warlock goes really wide. Gamer is also struggling. NM picks up now another penalty. He's got 8 seconds now, which would drop him outside the top 10. So NM needs to watch out for that. And he goes very wide. This is really tough conditions. But Ulko seems to get the hang of this, and he's already more than 2 seconds in front of Warlock. Some close gaps in the midfield. Nigel and Marij are very close. You can see everyone's losing the back end. Got yellow flags.
NN in the wall.
Oh, it's NN. NN is in the wall. He's down to P6. He's got wing damage. And was that in turn 5 or in turn 6? In turn 6. Okay, so yeah, he went straight on. So it's like Fletcher, and then he's got wing damage. That's gonna cost him a lot of positions, and that's an extra pit stop as well. So he was running very well in P5, in P4 actually. Oh, Nigel's got wing damage as well now. Wow, in the hairpin. Nigel's picked up wing damage. This is really treacherous conditions. Oh wow. Yeah, and then he's dropping places.
Got damage from this, and then just break in the middle of the chain. And then Marin just threw him.
It looks fucked at the moment, to be honest, but I don't know if you saw any parts coming off the Red Bull.
Oh.
Ooh. Nigel's going very close to the walls. This could be dangerous. Maurice has to be patient. Don't go for a move here. Nigel will come back to the pits now. And Nigel doesn't come into the pits. Nigel carries on. And he gets a time penalty now in the last corner as NN it comes back to the pits to replace his front wing. Nigel is carrying on. This could be really dangerous as Gamer is really close to Warlock. And Warlock is now catching Ulko again. Let's see, Gamer, he's really close now. Coming into turn 5. Could he make this move stick? He's on the slipstream. Is he going to go for P2? No, he's not. Marie's very close to Nigel as well again. Coming to turn 5. He's going to go around the outside again. Ooh, bit of contact there. Not very good placement from the Red Bull. Nigel defends successfully. But we've got Robin really close to Virtue as well. Robin struggling in P14. Hasn't made the progress he would want to. Maurice is very close still. Seems a lot quicker than Nigel. He's got front wing damage, but he needs to get past somewhere. Look at Nigel, he's costing Maurice a lot of time here. Possibly wing damage. Nigel's now going to go straight on. And he's got more wing damage. Yeah, he loses more positions as well. It's gone downhill. He should have pitted obviously last lap. He's now going to be inevitable and almost runs into the back of Smoking Bandit. It is just dangerous staying out with a broken front wing on these conditions in Singapore. Now just make things worse. So Nigel. Yeah. It is the first chicane in sector 3. Barely gained you half a second, but game awards you 5 seconds of penalties. So Nigel, I would assume he's going to come back in the pits. Yes, he is. So Donkey down really close to Stan now.
They're all struggling. They're always fighting.
Yeah, they are on the rears as well. Especially in the exit of corners. Got more yellow flags. But let's see if Stan is going to be pressured. GTX has left. Oh, Stan really slow on the straight line. Donkey flies past. Stan a little bit later in the brakes, make a little bit of contact, but it looks like the Williams has got the move stick. The Sauber almost tried to stick his nose in there. Fortunately, no damage done for neither, as Nigel rejoins in P15 ahead of NN. Smoking is very close to Jokey now. Indeed. Yep, Warlock is really close now to Ulko. Half a second gain this lap. So as long as Gamer is not really pressuring him, he could make inroads to the leader. Oh, Jokey pushes Smoking in the wall. No room there for the Toro Rosso. Now a switchback from Smoking. No room there for a move.
The halo is get on out of it.
Slight cut there from Smoking. Feel like now they're getting used to these conditions. We should see quicker lap times, but at the moment looks like Warlock's actually lost time in the third sector. He was usually gaining time there. Yeah, he's not really pulling away. If you remember in Spa, he was really slow in the wet conditions in the end of the race. Robin was really catching him quickly. I remember Ulko was really slow in the rain in that race, but he's not much quicker now. I would just like to compare his times to Robin's. Robin is doing 2-minute zeros.
Is it still full wet?
Ulko is in the 158 at the moment. Ulko with fresh air. Robin with a dirty air from Virtue is now fighting. And Gamer is closing in on Warlock. Yeah, it's Smoking with Jokey. Smoking gets a good exit here. Looks down the inside. Jokey goes a little bit wide, but Smoking still not found a way past the Ferrari. This could be a good battle to watch. P9 at the moment. Yeah, only 2 at the moment. But obviously in the end of the race as well, could see some. Hopefully not, but I don't think there would be. Gamer very close to Warlock. 4/10's the gap, and between the top 2 it's 1.6. So Warlock's not really gaining, and he's not losing, but he's losing to Gamer, and that could put him off. Ulko would really want this battle to happen for P2. Marine is very close to Stan as well. Oh, he hits the back of him! And Stan is in the wall almost. Marige. Did he go AI there? It looked like he did, but yeah, he's left the session now. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe disconnected, but just after the incident. And now Stan's down to P6. Tinkarte has gone past, and RJW is also pressuring him. Would look like he'd go into the wall there. Very wide in turn 6. Does he have ring damage? I don't think so. Go hit from the back. So he's down to P6. Only lost 1 place because of that, but Marige is not going to score points. Essentially the 3rd retirement of the race. Now relegates Virtue and Robin up into P11 and 12. So Robin is slowly getting into that top 10. RJW still really close to Stan. Gamer has lost a bit of ground to Warlock. Who's also... Who hit the wall? Yeah, I feel like sometimes it may seem like hit the wall from the spectator, but he doesn't in his game. It's like the same with lockups. For RJW. It's 2/10 beyond Stan. I'd imagine the first pit stop, obviously we've not seen a pit stop yet, so from the people without front wing damage, so I would assume they're all going for the 1 stop. So around 5 or 6 laps, around halfway through the race. It depends what the drivers want to do, an undercut, overcut. So still a few laps to go from the first round of pit stops.
Robin. Oh, what happened there?
RJW really close to Stan. See into turn 5, Stan again. Not very quick in a straight line. RJW picks the inside. Maybe side by side into turn 5. Not much room for Stan, but he keeps it around the outside. Still side by side. RJW is going to stick it around the outside. And he makes it stick. Very good move, as Jokey also made his stick on a Smoking Bandit.
Yes.
So, oh, now the Tauros is coming back, Smoking down the inside of Jokey. Jokey breaks late and defends P8 very nicely.
It would be nice if oh
yeah.
God.
Well, we're Jokey. Joking can catch the top 2 and Smoking as well. Could be a nice battle. P6 this one. Also Robin still stuck in the back of Virtue. And Virtu is also really close to Chill Drive now, who's struggling.
Yeah, he made a mistake.
There we go, Ulco with the fastest lap, 3.4 seconds. To Warlock, 3.6 now. And with a 3-second penalty. Chill Drive, not the best lines through there. Could give Virtu a chance. Is Chill Drive going to pit? No, he just goes defensive. Really wide through the last corner as well. Let's watch this from Robin's perspective, he's a bit too far back. Virtu then into turn 1, Chill Drive defense, but he's going to go wide yet again. Is Virtu going to look for the inside? Yes, he is. Not quite the best line through there. They are still side by side. Virtu is going to keep behind and get the good exit for one last time for this big straight. Oh, Robin loses the back end. Almost into the wall. He lost a lot of time there to the front two. Yeah, game is now 1.1 behind Warlock. So the gaps are starting to be created. Only 4 gaps within a second. Got a very good race from RJW, 6 positions gained. He's doing very well at the moment. The yellow flags in sector 1. Ulco with a 5-second time penalty in the same chicane as everyone else. Now Smoking is very close to Jokey. Doesn't go for a move. Again. Another one, and like, yeah, it's again in the same chicane. That could be all removed. But at the moment Warlock doesn't have a penalty and is gaining on Ulco. The gap is now 2.1 and 1.9 now. Ulco is really slow. Ulco is really slow. No, oh, what's happening? He's got a problem. Ulco's got a problem. Oh, he's in the wall.
Warlock hit him.
Ulco's in the wall. He's backwards. I'm not sure what's happened. Has his controller broken?
He has no front wing,
I think he's got some sort of problem. Because the first 3 corners was going really weirdly. So now we've got a new race leader, it's Warlock, from Gamer to Donkey. Who would have thought that? Ulco from the lead, from a 5-second stop go, it's gone to P4. Doesn't seem like there's damage. Winky has retired.
Oh, Nigel and Winky are struggling.
Nigel down in P16. Robin in the points now. Virtu. Has Virtu made a mistake? Yes, he has. He's got wing damage as well. The amount of front wings gone. It's insane.
Yuki is lagging.
Who's lagging? Wow, Game is now 7/10 behind Warlock. It was 1 second. This is for the race lead. I don't think either of them have penalties. Stan becomes the 5th retirement. I think has Maurice joined back? No, he hasn't. So it is the 5th retirement.
He joined back when he left.
Oh, there's Stan. Nigel goes around him. Nigel has got front wing damage, going really slowly. So for the 2nd time, Nigel picks up wing damage. Smoking is really close to Jokey. Looks to the inside.
Nigel just hit the wall.
I swear I saw Jokey's rear flap open, but that's pretty weird.
DRS in wet. Nigel will be tired.
There we go then. Torosso down the inside of Jokey. He looks for it. Jockey goes really wide. Not quite. Came really close to Warlock. Really good through the Singapore sling. They are pulling away like crazy from Donkey Dan. It's probably going to be a two-way fight for the win. Virtue on intermediates. It's going to be a full-wet race for full-wet tyres. Virtue has picked the intermediates for some reason.
Warlock, come on, man. It's been like a year ago since we come that way.
Really exciting battle between Joke and Smoking Bandit. They've been really close all race long for these 13 laps, and should see some pit stops around now, halfway through the race. Smoking looks down the inside again. Jokey is not doing many mistakes, he's defending pretty well. See now, good exit from the Toro, so it's very close to Smoking Bandit. Gonna go close, but Jokey defends well again. I think so, yeah, he can't get past at the moment, but he's got a lot of laps to do this. Could do an undercut as well, but he goes really wide there while changing his ERS, as Game has lost a bit of time again. Oh, Ulco really close to Donkey now. Yeah, Ulco, as we said, I don't think he has wing damage, to be honest, but it doesn't seem like it. Hit the wall, yes, but I don't think I actually hit it with a lot of force. Let's see if Smoking Bandit has got anything. He's going down the inside of Jokey. They make contact. Jokey a little bit wide, but he's still in front in P7. How's he keeping ahead for so long? Ulco has lost a bit of ground. This is a really good result for... Well, this race going very well for Warlock. This season and the last season has been going great. And the last season. Season 3, Season 4, Season 5 so far. Yeah.
That's really good. You have 2 world champions. You cannot do that.
He's doing very well today in such bad conditions. So this is just really confusing, but Jokey and Smoking Bandit, this has been the best battle we've seen, but Ulco as well, looking down the inside of Donkey Dan. The Williams defends well. Jokey, Smoking is not close enough this time. Jokey again, no mistake in the braking zone. Smoking is going to look down the inside. Thinks better of that. Smoking is all over the place. I'm sure he's much faster than the Ferrari at this rate, but he just cannot get past. It's incredibly frustrating from his POV. He just cannot find a way. Oh, he almost runs into the back of him. Oh, Jokey hits the inside. I think Jokey hit the inside of the hairpin, not that much down, but he has lost the position now. As Gamer is now really close to Warlock. Let's see if either of them pit on lap 13. No, they don't. That's someone in the wall. That's Ulko. Ulko in the wall. He's not quite round. He's not lost too much time, but he's lost the position to RJW and Tenkate. Well, what's happening with Ulko? He's going downhill and he's now stopped. He's given up for good, or Donkey's pitting. So Ulko down to P10 now. I'm not sure what's gone wrong exactly from the point of spinning with Warlock, but he keeps on going. Donkey and Shield Drive in the pits then. See, Donkey was in P3 before. Donkey or Chill Drive? Yeah, that's true. Game has now lost ground again. Caps over a second almost. Now it's 10 cards and RJW left to fight for P3. As sure they will pit soon as well for another set of wet tires. Would be really exciting to see a safety car, but it seems like Vesu is actually not doing that bad. Yes, he is. Oh, he's got wing damage now as well. Vesu is back in the pits. Is he going to fit wet? Yes, he is. Game has now got 410s again. So let's see. Is he going to pit? Wall of pits. Gamer stays out. And Gamer inherits the race lead. On lap 15. He's not going to be there for too long, I don't think. That's a Mercedes crew still there.
Yeah. What the hell?
Okay. Well, Haas fits on the fresh wets. The question is, where is he going to come out? He doesn't get held up in the pits, which is important. Smoking comes back. Jokey, well, he's not gonna... comes out in clean air, so... Warlock, really good strategy call. Comes out in clean air. There we go, so Robin is pretty close to him. Robin somehow in third place now. Not made a pit stop obviously, but 16 positions gain at the moment.
53 is still in the ground.
I don't think he's going to do much driving today, so...
Fletcher.
Booker versus Fletcher. Ooh, both of them lose the backhand.
Oh, I thought he was just going to dive.
He's not. So, Fletcher very close to Ulko. Ulko defends a lot.
Oh.
Contact between the two in turn 6, now into turn 7. Is someone going to get much better exit? Fletcher has to be careful there. Almost hits the wall. But, let's see where's Gamer. Gamer is in sector 3. Gonna run on board in a bit, see where he comes out. Looks like Warlock is around the same pace as Gamer on this lap, so nothing too much should change. You can see Robin is gaining on Warlock on worn wets. Yeah, that's true as well. Oh, Fletcher goes down the inside, he dives it. Ulko, his car didn't react at all, fortunately. So none of them spin. Fletcher not either. Gamer is not pitting. Gamer is not going to pit this lap.
Oh, and he's making mistakes.
He's losing time, Gamer. But we'll see how this goes. Oh, Fletcher very close to Ulko. Gets a very good exit. Let's see now into the run to turn 1.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, RJW is also catching up. That's a good point. Could see him in the back very soon. Look at that. Fletcher is all over the back of Ulko. Is Fletcher on fresh wet? Or No, he's not. He's on 14 lap hold. 14 lap hold. Yeah, he did in the beginning. There's that wing damage, obviously. So Ulko goes wide. Fletcher on the back of him. Fletcher goes down the inside in turn 6. RJW is right on the back as well. Donkey Dan is also right in the back as well. And Tenkate is also really close to NN. NN, oh, they're going side by side. Tenkate almost in the wall. That's very lucky not to crash for both of them there. And look at this train for P4.
Oh, gee, oh, that's just stupid. That was.
Oh, Fletcher goes down the inside. Let's see. Warlock with a 3-second time penalty. Wow, so Fletcher's gone past Ulko. RJW is really close. Ulko's gone straight on. Ulko almost goes straight on. He's now got wing damage and into the wall. That's more from wing damage for the Mercedes driver. It keeps going downhill for him. He was leading the race 10 laps ago. Now he's backwards again, and he's in the path of NN, and he's in the path of a lot of drivers there. He needs to get out of there. Ooh, Smoking Bandit really close to him as well. Now Chill Drive. Now Chill Drive is going past as well, and now Fletcher is fighting with Donkey and RJW. Fletcher is in the pits. That was some sort of crash gate there from Ulko. Back in his Mercedes, so down to P12 now. Smashes the braking board as well, crashes in the pit lane entry. What else could go wrong for Ulko? Gamer is still staying out. Gamer does not want to pit. He is not losing time to Warlock. This could be good for Gamer. He's going to win another race. In F2. He has 1 warning. Warlock has 1 penalty. Robin has not made a pit stop. But he's doing very well as well for some points, Robin. Good team, charged through the field. So Gamer now pits on lap 18. Let's see whereabouts he comes out behind Warlock. He should be on that 3-second window. I've only got 5 retirements so far. I was expecting 11. So, let my lead down. Now I look really stupid.
He's ahead.
Easy ahead of Warlock. They're very close. They're well, they were within a second of each other, so they're not closer, but they are very close. Gamer has not lost time. Instead, he's on much fresher wet tires. The gap's around 2 seconds. Might be up to 3 seconds until the end of the lap, but he's still within that 3-second window, and we may even see a battle between these two. But for now, focus on Smoking Bandit. Actually does the fastest lap of the race, and he's not too far back from Jokey. And for the fight for P6, that could be interesting as well. Let's see where Robin pits as well, the only guy not to make a pit stop so far. Let's see whereabouts he would come out. Around 26-second pit lane. So it would be around P10. I think it's going to be P10 he comes out. Or P9. P9. I think so. Vertu gets past Maurice. Maurice is somehow he was ahead of Vertu all this time. He was out of his session. I'll have to go 6 retirements then. Gamer already half a second gain this first lap. The yellow flag in sector 3.
spinning this straight.
Ulco? Yeah, it's Ulco. Okay.
Oh, and oh, Red still just straight in
Well, he's not very close to the leaders.
I'm back in the lead, boys.
Yeah, this was the gap when he crashed, but 7/10. Gamer has got 1 second this lap, keeps on gaining. Oh, Waller goes wide. Could be the pressure getting to him. Gamer really close now, half a second. And he could easily just get past him, not even worry about penalties. But let's see what happens. We've got no contention for this race win. They can battle for the last 10 laps. But Warlock needs to worry about that penalty. Game only has 1 warning at the moment. Let me check again. Yeah, only 1 warning.
Oh no, almost did it again.
Smoking Bandit again, finding himself behind Jokey.
Yeah, and the behind.
Yeah, Jokey made an undercut. Actually put it on the same lap, so I'm sure. Smoking is not quite close enough to Jokey this lap, but he's still quite late. Game at 310 behind Warlock. Now we're going to see a move on the first opportunity that Sauber gets. Got yellow flags as Fletcher actually. He's the 7th retirement today.
2 more and we are right. We got it right.
So we've still got 10 laps to go. Could be Ulco. Warlock still in the lead then. Game is really closely following him.
Oh, it's too late. Oh, Jesus Christ! I cannot speak English. It's too late. God, I'm tired.
Look at this heavy rain from the helicopter cam. It's looking really heavy from my camera angle. It's not too much spray, to be honest, from the spectator cam. There will be a lot more. Oh, Warlock! No! He's got another penalty. Carter's got 10 seconds. How's he done that? He's in the hairpin. He was in the hairpin when he got that. Donkey down. Again in the same chicane as always. I feel like that could get removed for Warlock, but at the moment... Yeah, by the way, Robin is not pitted yet. It is lap 22. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. You can obviously do a zero stop. Well, that would be really impressive, actually. 16 positions gained, P19 to podium. Let's see if he can convert this. At the moment, he's in front of Warlock as well, if Robin doesn't have a penalty. Ooh, Smoking Bandit really close to Jokey. I feel like he went for a move in turn 1. There's also Tenkate really close.
not touch the signal.
Toro also looks down the inside for P8. Doesn't make the move stick. Gamer loses ground to Warlock. He may know he has penalties by this point.
Oh, Warlock almost got their 5 stupid goal. Sorry. Another 5 stupid goal. How many 5 stupid goals is that? The 3 stupid goals.
Doki very close to the wall in sector 3.
Mercedes are... Oh Jesus!
Wow, Doki really wide. Could give Smoking a chance in turn 1. He looks really deep into the inside. There's Smoking, doesn't really give him many opportunities, but Joki picks up a time penalty. That's a good exit again from the Toro Rosso. Joki breaks the slipstream. Good Smoking, go for a move. He looks down the inside again, he goes for it this time. They almost touch wheels there, but Joki again outbreaks the Toro Rosso. Gamer in the lead. Gamer is in the lead. They are side by side in the hairpin. I feel like Gamer surprised Warlock with a move there. Side by side through the sector 3. Will Gamer go for a switchback? No, he doesn't. Warlock defends very nicely for P1. Oh, now he goes wide. There's also Ulko there, the bug marker. There's no room for an overtake here, Gamer. There's no room here. Well, Warlock almost in the wall. Gamer almost in the wall. Loses the back end. Gamer definitely doesn't need to risk a lot of things here. He's literally 8 seconds in front of Warlock at the moment, but he wants to go for it. Obviously, it would be better if he finishes in front on track, I guess. But he loses the back end. This could be very tricky for Gamer. Very dangerous. But Warlock is also losing the back end.
Two Mercedes.
Yeah, they do. So let's see then. We'll win another penalty. I'm not sure how many he has. Mercedes now has blue flags. They should get out of the way. They are fighting for no points.
Get out of the way. This is me.
Well, Virtue has got out of the way. Ulko has not got out of the way. You're no longer leading, Ulko. You're a lap down.
Go! Yeah,
Ulko has got a penalty for ignoring the blue flags.
And he's still going. What is he doing?
Oh, so they're gonna let them through now. Game is still really close to Warlock. Ulko is going for a move on Gamer. That could be very dangerous for Ulko. He was sticking his nose in there.
Wouldn't be surprised if it goes for life and takes out the game.
Oh my god, Donkey Don's got disqualified from receiving too many penalties. Oh my days.
It's like chill drive.
He scored a fourth
He's got the last
5-second
season
penalty.
As well.
Oh my.
Fuck you. Oh, gee.
So that's 8 retirements.
Is Robin actually gonna do this?
Robin is losing a lot of time, but he is slowly going to the finish line, but he's going really slowly. I feel like he's got more than 70% at this point.
Friendships.
Robin may get a puncture, but we'll see.
It's like if you got F1.
Don't talk about Robin, okay? Yeah, cursing.
Puncher, please. It's so sad, he was my teammate as well, so that's the problem.
Oh, Gamer still really close to Warlock in the second sector. It doesn't surprise him with a move in the hairpin. But he can't really make anything stick. Volko and
Mercedes are
two Mercedes now fighting for a point.
point. Go boys.
Volko could be fighting for a penalty point. The stewards review that blue flag situation. Oh, look, lose the backhand to the chicane. Gamer needs to nail these last 2 corners. It's 5 laps to go now, 6 laps in fact.
Now he's making stupid mistakes. Gamer. He's only want to get past. Just wait for the penalty fire.
Robin is losing time every lap. RJW is now 2.6 behind him. Previously 4 seconds. Let's see how much pressure this ties out.
How did Gamer not get a penalty? He got 3 warnings.
It could be a warning for a collision. RJW is on 15 lap fresher tires than Robin.
The Mercedes.
And his pace has not been bad this race, so RJW could be a threat. Let's check the penalties.
Robin
for
got 2,
one
RJ
time
got
more.
1, I think.
RJW's got 1 penalty recently. Robin's also got 2 penalties. That's 1 more. Robin is currently not in the podium.
That's why he got 2 Mercedes. He's ignoring blue flags again. We should put the song on from Sebastian Vettel. Game checker, blue flag, blue flag. Mercedes are not moving out of it.
Oh, open the wall.
Oh, I don't like what he's doing.
Let's go through these drivers first. Gamer's not risking much at the moment. He's a second behind Warlock. Smoking bandit fix. It could be 2, it could be 3. Probably 1. RJW 9 10s behind them.
Yes.
Virtue has retired. That's the 9th.
They put the 2 Mercedes put each other in the wall.
Okay. So it could be the 10th then. If it's the 10th, then we're in the middle. Come on. Oh, we're really close.
Yeah.
You said 9, I said 11.
9. No, we are in the same. Or 9.
So 5 tenths between Game and Warlock, 6 tenths between RJW and Robin.
Oh Game almost did it again.
Oh, gamer.
Yeah, he dived from Warlock into the... And there goes Warlock.
Wow, 2.2 seconds now the gap. If that 5-second penalty gets removed, he could be in trouble here. Gamer. As Jokey loses a position, he's got wing damage now, Jokey, unfortunately. Smoking's got passed into P7. And now Jokey is losing a lot of time. Only 5 laps to go. Gonna get caught up by Chill Drive. RJW really close still to Robin. Look at Gamer is already catching Warlock. Let's see. RJW looks really confident on those tires, unlike Robin. You would imagine.
Gonna get a puncher. Puncher.
Gamer 2.1 seconds behind Warlock. RJW looking for a way past Robin. It's a very good exit from the Toro Rosso. Seeing the slipstream of Robin. He's gonna look to the inside.
Right.
Thinks better of it. Cannot make the move stick.
Gamer's driven on those tires. Oh, he almost... Oh, Jesus.
And there were yellow flags.
Uh,
What's Uko has lost the position from a disconnected person.
I didn't even manage to do that. Oh god, sorry. How you keep going? Oh,
Robin, very wide. 63, almost loses it. There's no way these tires going to the end, I'm not gonna lie.
No, he's gonna get a punch.
Well, RJW is right on the back of him. I'm sure he won't be in the back for much longer.
This is so
And
sad
Carter.
for Warlock, actually. If you win.
RJW still not past Robin. There's 3 laps to go. 15 kilometers. Almost 12 for me. Now game is closed into 9 tenths. Tenths now for Gamer. Warlock is struggling. Gamer obviously on 3 lap pressure tires.
Try again. Yeet.
JW really close to Robin.
Oh.
There we go, Wilco, that's the 10th retirement. Really excited for the 11th.
All the people keep on driving. Keep on driving.
Really came at 3 tenths behind. RJW 4 tenths behind. P3. Look at that Warlock losing the back end. Really struggling. These curves are really odd. You know, the camber of these corners are just eat up the rear tires. Yeah, I mean, pretty sure in 2017 it was a tad easier.
Oh, he hit the wall. Okay.
The car is very sensitive on curves in this game. Mainly because they have like the new suspension settings or like physics, you know.
Tire temperatures.
No, yeah.
This makes these ones almost impossible.
The game is really struggling at the moment. RJW also cannot get past. I can't believe Robin is actually pulling this off. Look at the traction he's getting. Is he keeping RJW behind? I'm not sure, but there's just 1.5 lap to go for the leaders.
Oh shit, we're already on lap 30.
Yeah, a very long race, almost an hour race.
Yeah.
This one. I feel like definitely going to be the longest race on this season for sure.
So sad. The world is
Ooh, quite close now. Comes Epic Gamer NL.
Gamer. Epic Games, you have Fortnite or something.
Gamer shaping up a move there. It's a wide entry.
She now rushes out like that would be so.
Poor, so very close. He's going to go for a move. He's definitely going to go for one. Around the outside, Waller covers the inside line. Is Gamer later on the brakes? He is. They are side by side still. Gamer gets pushed off the track. There's contact between the two of them. They are still side by side on that second sector. Gamer now loses ground. Warlock still in the lead. Gamer is... oh wow. The rear temperature must be absolutely so hot right now on these tires. Robin is also losing the rear end on this last lap. It would be a big shame if you got a puncture now.
Man, get a puncture.
Oh, it looks so fine for Robin. Let's see, look at that. Gamer cannot step on the throttle at all. I feel like Warlock's going to cross the line first. The traction on the hairpin is actually pretty decent. Robin's literally doing... getting always close to the wall. Going through the last couple of chicanes. Game over the curb. Shame to go penalty now. This is very close. But it's going to be Warlock who crosses the line first. It's going to be Gamer. NL picks up second win in a row after Italy.
Oh, RJ!
It's RJW's actually got past Robbie now. Around the outside in the chicane. Lovely move. RJW, great race from him. Wow, that's a great race from Warlock and RJW. Obviously from Gamer, but he's used to getting wins and stuff. RJW, I think it's his first podium, and obviously it's I'm pretty sure it's Warlock's first podium as well. Let me check.
Yeah, no, he got one in back.
Warlock, it's...
I think he got one in back.
RJW got one in Italy actually last week, and Warlock got one in Baku, as you said. But it's still his best finish though, because he got third in Baku.
What's his name again? Jay, the man who just drove in my back. Yeet.
Robin finishes P4 and then in 5th. Smoking Bandit in 6th. Tenkate 7th, Joking 8th, Chill Drive in 9th, and he's the last finisher today. 9 drivers finished. Tom predicted 9 retirements, I predicted 11. They were 10. Feels bad, man.
Dang it. Children just yeet at the people of the It's like last game, the Bible. Like all, like the game. It's just like Dutch.
That's a colourful podium. The white suit of Sauber, grey of Haas, and a blue purple of Toro Rosso. I've not seen that many times, but obviously the flags is not really colourful, but it's fine. There you go then, your last result. Quite a lot of penalties from Tenkate, 36 seconds. Oh my days.
Why did he not get disqualified? How much penalties did Donkey got? What the fuck?
Oh, it's Gamer from Warlock, from RJW, from Robin to NN, Smoking, Tenkate, Joki, and Chill Drive. One thing to mention is Gamer could wrap up the title next week in Russia actually, so he could also quite easily wrap it up. I was actually a more than an hour race. I was 61 minutes.
Oh Jesus Christ.
But I'm not sure if they count the formation lap as well, because that was not more than an hour. Not for the leader, at least.
I would not be down for sitting like an hour.
Actually, it could be, because it was a 158 lap, 159 to 2 minutes. It was 31 laps. That was more than an hour.
Jesus.
Wow, that's impressive. That's almost 20 minutes longer than the Italian Grand Prix we had last week. Well, that was definitely a very enjoyable race to watch. I'm pretty sure it was very tricky for the drivers, very challenging. Had been sticking with us for almost 2 hours now from a false lobby with realistic cars. I'm not sure who put that setting on, but it's really dumb. But pretty sure next week we'll have that issue. So yeah, from Tom and I, it's goodbye, and tune in tomorrow for the F1 race in Singapore as well, and for F2 we'll see you next Friday at 8 PM UK time, and Russia in Sochi we could crown a F2 champion. So
and the F1 champion has already been crowned.
Yes, we could crown a champion tomorrow in Singapore. So
who is that guy?
Make sure you tune in tomorrow to find out who is that guy and if he crowns world champion. But
it's me.
Until next time, from Tom and I, it's goodbye and take care. Say goodbye.